Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I would like to do a little two-part video here, just something I'm going to break in half. The first half is going to be doing what I did for the first trailer that came out, going over some of the comments and just kind of getting a gauge of how the community feels. When the very first trailer came out, which everyone can kind of admit was a bit of a slip-up in the marketing department, it wasn't the greatest trailer, could have been better. I feel like this one has much better vibes, to put it one way. So let's just get right into the comments. Wait, but why was this trailer actually pretty good? Did EA's marketing team finally get their shit together? Huge if true. I agree. I think this is a great trailer, but I feel like this is more on BioWare than EA, because EA is the one that pushed out the bad trailer. So I feel like BioWare did push out the good trailer. That's just me though. Another one. Well, I'm new to Dragon Age. I played them all recently and I'm very happy with the release of Veilguard. Dragon Age revived my desire to play games again. That is a very wholesome comment, and that's not from someone that had to wait 10 years, so it feels even more genuine because I feel like having to wait all that time built up this ungodly expectation from some people, and I feel like that diluted it a little bit. Another one, fantastic trailer, and by now, I even like the art style, lol. Hey, it grows on you. I went back after watching a lot of the Veilguard trailers, I went back to, I want to say 2 a few weeks ago, and it really shows how far the game has come, but I do like the art style more than I did at the start. But it's still not the greatest. I do wish the heads were a tiny bit smaller, but you know, itty bitty complaint. Nothing major. This looks kinda sick actually. I agree. I wanted a darker theme, and this looks a lot darker. Loving the looks of it. Amazing trailer. Should have started with this tone from the start. I agree. This is what a lot of people wanted to see, and I feel like you wouldn't have had nearly as many people upset if this was the tone that they started off with. I feel like that very first one shot them in the foot pretty bad, and they've just been fighting to get everything back. But moving on to the second part of this video that I want to talk about, a lot of people on the, negative side, not everyone, but a lot of them keep saying that the numbers for Veilguard are awful. They keep saying that it's not selling well, that it's doing awful, and I decided, it's not looking great, right? It's only in about 26 to 19, I think, in the United States. So I decided to look at some other video games and how they were doing at the same time in their pre-sales, right? So Veilguard, right now, at Steam says 4 weeks, but it's been available for pre-order for a total of 8, okay? Just for reference, because it started pre-ordering back middle of August, so it's been about 8 weeks. Baldur's Gate 3, at the same time, had 76 to 70 on the pre-order scale. So, Dragon Age is only 50 places above Baldur's Gate 3. Now, there will be people that say, that's because Baldur's Gate 3 was in pre-order for so much longer, and I 100% agree. Veilguard had an incredibly small pre-order window. It is a very tiny window to pre-order the game. But still, that means Veilguard is still doing better than Baldur's Gate 3 proportionally. Even though in the end, I'm pretty sure Baldur's Gate 3 will still outsell it. Elden Ring, at the same time in its life cycle, was at the exact same place as Veilguard. And Elden Ring had a bit of a smaller pre-order cycle, but still longer than Veilguard's. So I feel like you can kind of track somewhere between Baldur's Gate 3 and Elden Ring for how well Veilguard will sell. I'm saying it's probably going to sell 5-6 million copies easily, because it is tracking to sell very well against what everyone's saying for some reason. Madden 22, which sold a lot of copies, was like 31 to 27 on the pre-sales list. And that's like an EA flagship, the Madden games are. So Veilguard is outselling EA's flagships. And again, longer pre-order cycle, but again, it's still doing better in the same time frame. Take that how you want. Now, Cyberpunk is a very interesting one, because the pre-sale for Cyberpunk pre-delay, it was in the 76 to 70 window. Post-delay, when it was on a shorter time frame and was going to come out in about the same amount of time as Veilguard, was in the same spot. And I don't remember Cyberpunk being a commercial failure. So I'm gonna leave that one there, that Veilguard is selling at the same rate as Cyberpunk. Also, I noticed this while scrolling through all of these sales, because I went all the way back to like 2017 and looked at a lot of others, but I don't really want to add those. Code Vein, for some reason, was ranked 2nd on release, beating out Counter-Strike, and was trailing just behind Destiny 2, and I thought that was hilarious, and I don't know why. One last thing. Something a lot of people aren't realizing is these aren't just pre-order sales for the top 100 sellers. It includes other things like DLCs and in-game purchases. So games that you buy a lot of stuff in, like in-game purchases, like, I don't know, games with a lot of cosmetics that are currently below Veilguard, that shows that the game is selling well. So when they say it is selling well, they do mean it. Now, I don't know if they're buying their own, pre-orders. I have no clue. I can just say that by the numbers, Veilguard is doing fine. And everyone's saying it's doing awful. You're wrong. Straight off wrong. That's not how the numbers work. It is tracking alongside Baldur's Gate 3 when it was getting close to release. It is tracking alongside Elden Ring. It is tracking alongside Cyberpunk, and it's only going up. It jumped so far up because it has such a smaller pre-order window. That's just how it works. And there are tons of people saying that they want the game. Like, I have friends who have never played a Dragon Age day in their life, and they really don't like the other Dragon Ages because they say the gameplay doesn't look fun, and they are excited for Veilguard because it says it looks more fun. So I think their approach of going to a more broad audience is going to work, even if I don't enjoy the game as much as I enjoyed the others. But yeah, I want to hear everyone else's opinions on how they think the new trailer looks for Dragon Age and how they think it's going to sell. But yeah, that's about it. Cheers.